Show I'm human. How's it going out there, everyone? Everyone doing well? Hey, Brian, how is that phone all right there, Brian? Uh, what's going on, everyone? Hope you're doing well. Thanks for hanging out for another Saturday. I have a couple notes here for some lead guitar tips. I've got Brian here watching. He's checking your comments as well. So if you guys have anything, any questions as I go, let me know. Now, if you're a little more experienced, intermediate, or advanced with your guitar solos and lead guitar, I'd love to hear from you in the comments about things that have worked for you, some tips. If there's any in there that I can relate to, then I will check them out and make sure that I cover some of that topic. Chord tones, that's one comment I just saw. Yeah, chord tones is a really good topic, especially, just understanding chord tones is also like visualizing the chord progression, visualizing the chord shapes in the chord progression as you go. Caged arpeggios, that's another comment. That's really good. Hey, Jeffrey Atakora, hope you're well. Ghanaian Blues Man. Nice to see your comment. Thank you for hanging out. I've known Jeffrey as someone through YouTube since the very beginning. That still needs some work. You can do it, though. I know it. You can do it. Okay, so some things as you guys were working on your comments. Yeah, you got it. All right. So one thing is dynamics. So that's a really important topic, dynamics. That could be something as simple as starting real soft, basically not blowing all your most intense licks right at the beginning of a solo. So dynamics, starting soft, having somewhere to go with it. Of course, less is more, unless you're Yngwie Malmsteen, which he said himself. They say less is more, but I say no, less is not more. More is more. So I'm going to take a progression. What was it? I'll just do... So the chords are C, B flat, and F. Very classic because you can play C blues over that, but you could also play C major pentatonic over that as well. So we got that. And so when I say dynamics, you don't want to go right off into sometimes you do, but not that time. Not that time. That's the dynamics, right? Having somewhere to go. That includes all the other musicians as well. That could also mean having a beginning, middle, and an end to your solo. Now, if you're a beginner, that's harder to do, but that could literally, as a beginner, you could be like, well, I have 3 really good kind of like go-to rock licks, right? And I have this solo. So in the beginning, I'm going to try and keep it a little mellow, and in the middle, I'm going to do one of my other fancy ones, but I'm saving that really good one right for the very end, the peak of the solo. In other words, having somewhere to go with it. Now, another thing that could be whether you're a beginner or advanced are motifs. And even if you're the most beginner ever, a motif, and you just know the pentatonic, a motif is an idea that you keep repeating. John Williams, composer for all the classic Jurassic Park, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, E.T., everything, right? He used, especially early on when he did Jaws, was the first blockbuster movie that he did. John Williams created, he used a style called le motif, something like that. I'm getting so fancy, Brian. But basically what he did, and throughout his whole career, is he created little melodies for the characters. So the shark is Princess Leia had her own theme, Jurassic Park, etc. But there's these themes that repeat. Every time Indiana Jones did something, awesome, which was a lot, but anytime Indiana Jones, swung across something with his whip or finally punches the bad guy or whatever, you hear the, it's that thing. So even in lead guitar or just music in general, motifs are little phrases that, our ear starts to connect to. And whether you're a beginner or advanced, motifs are just repeating an idea, so it becomes familiar to the ear. Same progression. You'll hear it. If you only know the pentatonic scale, for instance, and you're a beginner, just trying to get into your lead guitar, you absolutely just want to repeat, even if you are only practicing the scale like this. You literally just want to repeat little parts of going up and down the scale. etc. So that is motifs. Oh, and I want to give a shout out. Of course, John Williams did massive stuff way before Jaws. I was saying Jaws was the first giant blockbuster movie, but yes, he did amazing stuff. And before, yeah, he was doing Lost in Space episodes. You know, the black and white, old black and white. But he was also a total jazz musician as well. And you do actually hear that in the. I like Star Wars, by the way. Brian, yeah. Brian's got a comment, you guys. I'll repeat it. What is this again? Megalock Jelly. What's up? Can't get out of the patterns. Always sounds like an exercise. You want to learn some phrases. I do have a free course that's just Essential Licks, it's called. But so what you can do is you just build your vocabulary up. So if you learn a couple of licks and you really get them under your fingers, then you ease them in. So if there was a lick that you just learn, like learning a sentence when you learn a vocabulary word, you have to build up your vocabulary to get out of those patterns. But all music is patterns. Patterns aren't a bad thing, you know. That was a pattern. Brian's got another comment, and Scott White. What's up, Scott White? Thank you. Yeah.
Scott says, "What is the repetitive riff Dickey does in One Way Out, and is that a motif as well?"
He does a lot of what I was. Dickey Betts. That was a question about Dickey Betts. One Way Out. Whether let's see, One Way Out, babe. Dickey Betts. I figured. I remember actually taking lessons with my guitar teacher Chris Sherland, who some of you have seen his channel, and he's been on my channel. But I remember I only knew the minor pentatonic, and I loved the Allman Brothers. So when I would get, it's not One Way Out, but when you'd get to like Blue Sky, I was always like, yeah, it's G to C is the jam, or I don't know, maybe it was E flat. But whatever, whenever I played the minor pentatonic, it didn't work. And he said, oh, you got to do the major pentatonic. And so I always connect major pentatonic and Dickey Betts together, as well as the fact that I literally learned lead guitar and guitar soloing playing along to Dickey Betts and the Allman Brothers. Brian, can you concur that? Brian and I grew up together, so he was around before I knew guitar. And our mutual other Brian friend, Brian Rashap, another friend that we grew up with, he actually taught me the minor pentatonic scale, Brian Rashap.
A lot of guitar players in Allman Brothers.
Yeah, but so you can take any part of the pentatonic, and he would, I mean, one that he would do in the C major or A minor would be right here in this little box. So it'd be the 10th fret of the B string, which is the root. So 10, 8, but then 9 on the G with your middle finger. So he'd be like. He'd stay in one finger position right here. And you can go pull off on the B string from 10 to 8. And then hit that 9. But then the other one would be the 10 on the B straight to the 9. And just mix and match those, but it's in one finger position. And then every once in a while, when your middle finger is on that 9th fret G, You slide it down and back like this. And that's a Dickey Betts thing because I played a lot. I've jammed a lot with Dickey Betts. He doesn't know it. Randomly, though, and he would never remember this, Dickey Betts sat in with a long time ago, folks. We're talking 1996. I was playing in a working nightclub band in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Don't look for it. It's not there anymore. The Electric Banana. I was moved by a band. The sights, the sounds, the smells of a hardworking rock band. I'm Marty DeBerge. I went on a digression. You know what's really distracting is that, Brian, I can see your face in the are you in the same thing? It's like you're staring at me through a window. It's funny. No. Anyway, what was I even? Oh, I was talking about Dickey Betts. Oh yeah. So yeah, he did. He sat in. Thank you. Went way off the cliff there, off the beaten path. Mark Hermanson, nice to see your name, man. I appreciate you chiming in. He's an old viewer and friend. Yeah, so Dickey Betts came in, and we played Southbound, and then he left. All my brothers were in town, but yeah, that blew my mind. There was another night where Blues Traveler all came to one of my gigs and watched, and they were like whistling and cheering, and it was amazing too when they were in town. Santa Fe is a really cool little city. Oh, and real quick, yeah, if you guys, last week my live stream was a little dark, and it was like overblown dark blue. Anyway, I changed the settings, and I saw a comment that says it looks good, but I think I got it. I think I got it today as far as the YouTube. Ozzy Farrow, thanks. He says, what makes you pick the guitar you use for the show? Well, I have these new Marty Music deluxe stand, like guitar hangers, like individual guitar hangers. And I was taking some pictures of them for social media, and I wanted different guitars in the stand. So I brought some different guitars up into this room. This room's upstairs from where I shoot my normal tutorials. So I brought a couple of guitars up here just to put in the stand. And I'm like, you know what? The SG's real nice. I don't play it enough, so I felt like playing it. I thought it sounded pretty good today. You like the SG today, Brian? Yeah, what I need, unless it's AC/DC or like a real hard rock metal song, when I'm doing an SG, I just reminded myself today I'm going to only use that front, the neck pickup. I just like that. But so I have these deluxe stands. They're at martymusic.com. They're Zither Stands is the company, but they're American-made, super nice, I believe maple. But they're these beautiful wood stands where your guitar hangs. I'm going to go behind the camera real quick to show it to you. But that's the main reason I had the SG in the first place. Brian, any important comments while I do this?
Just some fun questions.
Okay. Yeah, hit me.
Do you have any tips for playing A major, G major, and not mute the chord? I play with my index finger.
A major and G major and not mute.
Practice.
So the stand hangs there. It's pretty nice. All right. Mission accomplished. I had a good tip in a short recently about practicing your chords. But you want to arch your fingers, use the tips of your fingers, and then also as you're practicing the shape, take your hand off keeping the shape and put it back on, and that'll help it with your muscle memory. The other thing is if your the strings are getting muted out, if the strings are getting muted out, take your chord and then just play with your picking hand, pick each string, and just literally look at which ones are getting muted out.
Marty plays PS5. Confirmed.
You guys checking out my my rig over there? I will. I honestly can't remember the last time I played video games up here. My kids play up here, but I do like it. I was playing Fall Guys. Any Fall Guys players out there? You can look for Stubby Garlic on Fall Guys, but it's actually usually my daughter who has like 300 wins on Fall Guys, which is actually really impressive. If you've ever played Fall Guys, you would know it's hard to win. My daughter has over 100 wins. So let's put it this way. I played for like 3 months straight, and I think out of those 3 months, I maybe got 2 wins or 3 wins at the most. Any other important questions?
I love Fall Guys. You got some Fall Guys fans?
Oh, good. I love Fall Guys, you guys. It is so great.
Josh Norco's more of an NES guy.
I love, and I've talked to Josh Norco about that. I love the NES. Absolutely. My son's a huge Nintendo fan in general. Kirby to Mario. No Zelda, though. I like Zelda. Brian and I, we grew up with the original Zelda. Josh Norco did as well. He's our age. Okay, so a couple other tips for the lead guitar before we get out of here. I had dynamics, motifs, repeating parts, even if you're a beginner, just repeating parts of a scale. I'm using my own looper right now, but I recommend a Boss. Any kind of Boss looper is going to be awesome. Now, singing the notes so you breathe like a horn player helps your phrasing. And when I say sing the notes, you don't have to sing it into a microphone or sing it where people can hear it. But even if you're just, and it's not even in tune, it's more vocal, like a singer or a horn player who tend to be more melodic than guitar players. So that's another tip. Having somewhere to go, developing a beginning, middle, and end, like starting with lower notes, build your way up to the crescendo. Now, tension and release is a part of that as well. But you can be, if you're a beginner, let's say you've got the A minor pentatonic and you're playing the A blues, you could even build it up by just going to that octave up. So and listening to all your favorite guitar players all the time in between all that. Some shout outs here. Greg Roberts' tune, Martin Molinares. They're both on YouTube. A lot of handles now that I can't pronounce these days. Have you noticed that, Brian? Like just weird like letters put together. Drew Schoenbeck. Greg Levinson, Mav Zickham, Simon Winkler, Rob Bessie, hello. Levi Allen, Greg Levinson, hello. We're doing the romper room right now. Emmy, hi. Aquila, Aquilung. James Fine. Shout out from my wee brother, Matthew Jamming downstairs. Matthew Jamming, what's up, dude? Mike Johnson. Ethio Jamming, Driven Mad, Theo Marie. Rhythm, how to get the rhythm. I hear ya. Max LaCoy, Andrea Corfer. Andrea Corfer. All right, real quick, let me know where you got I'm going to play us out. Let me know where you're watching from. And martymusic.com is the only site that I run. Oh, and real quick, it might already be happening now. Watch out for the scammers. They're infiltrating everything. They say you won something and private message them. It's my picture. Don't fall for that, you guys. Please. Watch out for the scammers. Every day I'm blocking them and I'm putting energy into it, but you can't stop them all. So people are messaging me like I'm not doing anything about it. But trust me, it's every day. So don't get scammed. I'm never going to, basically they say you won something, but it's going to be $50 or $100 for shipping. So, you got to pay for the shipping, and that's the scam. They get $40 or $50 from you. So watch out for that. Keep letting me know where you guys are from. I like to see it. I see someone's in Tennessee, November 15th at the Gibson Garage in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm going to be doing a free event. Anyone can come up and say hello, play something, learn something. November 15th at the Gibson Garage, Nashville, Tennessee. All right, let's see. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great... Go Padres. Go Padres. Sorry.